Hey guys, today I have a pretty nifty device here. It's a mini pump. So it not only is able to inflate, but it's also able to vacuum out air because there are two openings. So some common applications where you would use this would be to, say, inflate a water floaty, for instance, or if you want to deflate the water floaty in record time. So as opposed to blowing it through your mouth, this is definitely something that you can use. This is not really meant to, say, pump up basketballs or other sports balls or tires or anything like that. It's more for plastic inflatables. So right out of the box, you're greeted with this tiny square prism of a pump here, and there's a simple one button that you can use to turn it on and turn it off. So there are two openings that you can see here. On the very top is where it is sucking in air. So if you leave that opening open and you insert one of the attachments, which is included, you can see the various attachments here on the one that is facing towards the side, then you can inflate whatever you choose. If you do it vice versa, you put the attachment on the top, you'll be vacuuming things out. So of course this is not going to be able to perform a dual function, because if you're going to be vacuuming something, there needs to be an outlet for the air to go, and then if you need to inflate something, you need to have the inlet open so that you can allow air to enter into that pump. For the small size at 5 volts and 3600 milliampere hour battery capacity, its compression ratio is 35%. What this translates to in practical application is that it's able to inflate a beach ball, say, in just less than a minute. You have some more complicated floaty structures like this shark floaty that I'm trying to inflate here. It's going to take a little bit longer. But for the size and for the price on Amazon at around $20 to $30, as usual, I'll put the link in the description. This is a pretty effective little pump that you can carry around with you, say, to the beach. It is slightly waterproof, so I think it's a pretty good device for what it can do. It certainly is a little bit on the loud side when it's in operation, but it's definitely much faster to use this pump than, say, blowing it up using your own two lips. My main complaints with this particular product is just kind of the lack of good instruction. There's no actual instruction manual. All the little pictures and details are on the box itself. So if you are very hasty and you throw away the box, you're kind of up to your own ingenuity to figure out how this thing works. Given it's not difficult to figure out how it works, there's only one button and then there's one charging port whose charging cable comes right out of the box that you can use to charge it up, no problem. And then the only part that I was a little bit confused about is probably the attachments, just how you're supposed to attach them. Why is there an additional rubber seal only on one of them, and so on and so forth. The only attachment that I primarily use is definitely the long thin one, so that I can of course inflate or deflate my floatables. So I'll just leave it to you guys to let me know what you think that the other attachments could be used for. So far I couldn't really find a proper application for those. So for the money, I would say that it's a pretty decent product. Definitely has its flaws in just being its clarity and use. I definitely think there are people who will cover up one port or the other, which can definitely get really dangerous, so you definitely don't want to do that. But hopefully this review video really clarifies this product up, and if you guys are just looking at this for the first time and you think that this may benefit you, again, I'll put the link in the description so you guys can check it out for yourselves.